Today, we've got a two-part market report for you guys. We're going to do a quick review of what happened in 2025, and then we're going to do how 2026 is doing so far. I mean, we're only 2 weeks into January, but it gives us a little bit of a snapshot about what to expect in the winter months anyways. We think the spring market's going to be very, very good, but for the winter months, we'll show you what's going to happen in a little bit there. So first of all, we are going to look at the numbers of last year. You can see that the total sales were down over 15%. Now, this has been consistent. This number minus 15 has been consistent pretty much the whole year. So you can see that in the city of Calgary, we sold over 4,000 less homes. This is all home types, townhouses, apartments, semi-detached and detached homes, over 4,000 less sales than 2024. So it's a significant drop. I mean, 15% is nothing to sneeze at. It's a big number. But if you look at the average price at the bottom there, we're at 3.5% increase in average price. And we've been telling people for years that 3.5% is Calgary's 75-year average for price growth for the average home.
Yeah, and what you guys have to understand out there is that at 3.5% growth rate, we run our numbers off that when we're doing our analysis when we buy investment properties for our clients. At 3.5%, a $400,000 home in 25 years' time is worth $1 million. So we don't even need it. I mean, the average over the last 6 to 8 years is roughly between around 7%, I would say.
7 to 8, yeah.
7 to 8%. So we don't even need it to be up around those numbers to get where we want to get to. And then, it is showing that there is confidence in the Calgary market. And what's really, really cool about these stats and what we go off, and especially after today's seminar, we know there's different segments of the market, either the condo market or the townhouse market or the semi-detached market, even the luxury home market. There's different segments that are moving in different ways. And you have to understand and take a deeper dive on why, so you can understand where to place your money. Okay. And it's really, really cool. I mean, you could see that sales were down, but confidence remained. And you're hearing horror stories in places like Toronto. I don't think Vancouver is doing as bad, but when you see that and people losing money out there, it's not happening in Calgary.
Yeah, and speaking of Toronto, I just read an article today. Over the last 4 years, the average price in Toronto has fallen. So you compare that to Calgary, in the last 4 years, Calgary's price has gone up every single year.
Yeah.
So from an investor's point of view, where would you want to invest? Where the prices are low and they're still rising, or where the prices are very, very high and falling?
Mhm.
Well, we know where it should be. It should be Calgary. So the second part of the market update is just 2026, where we are so far. Yes, it's only 2 weeks into it, but look at that. The total sales are down 15%, the same way they've been down 15%
Yeah.
for the last 12 months.
Yeah, that's funny.
And then if you look at the average price at the bottom right-hand side of the graph there, 3.35%, the price has gone up. So we're still seeing that gradual increase in average price for Calgary. And when you look at that, for someone an investor who's bought last year, the year before that, the year before that it was 8%, the year before that it was 25%. So our price increases, anyone who's in the market is reaping huge rewards, seeing their equity grow and grow and grow.
Yeah. And people always ask us, when is the best time to buy and sell? We can tell you on the spring market that, there's going to be a flood of inventory come on. So if you're buying, you could wait till the spring market, but if you want to get a good deal, you'd probably get a deal before the spring market. And then it goes same as listing. You would have less competition if you listed your home today. All we're encouraging our clients right now. I mean, we listed something in Mayland Heights today, and we listed in Chestermere today. And Tim, you looked at the Chestermere townhouse. The Chestermere townhouse that we put on, it's actually for my midwife. She delivered 3 of my children over the years. She's an Aussie. I don't know how I found her, but anyway, they've done amazing in
Oh, yeah.
in with their rental properties. But this townhouse, we listed it as the cheapest townhouse in Chestermere. It's 1 block off the lake, and it's got 3 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms. Actually, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms. Just the stats on that alone, and now being the cheapest, we know we're confident in moving that product and being so aggressive. And I mean, Helen and Mark bought that many years ago, like 8 years ago. So they've already made all of their money and they're happy to move on from that townhouse because they live on the west side of Calgary and going all the way out to Chesterfield for their rentals. It's just they don't need it anymore. So people sell for all different reasons. And so we've encouraged them to, put it on now before more properties come on the market. So you need to understand that if you are selling and buying, sometimes now is the best option.
Yeah, so that's our market report for this week. Numbers are pretty much the same as they were in December, November, October, all the way back to the beginning of last year. We're going to keep an eye on this. We're going to keep watching these numbers. And if the market does start to turn, you guys will be the first to know because if you're watching these market reports every 2 weeks that we give, they're real-time numbers. We pull these numbers the day that we're going to give this presentation. And, we give it for information and you guys will know exactly when the market turns if it does.